Good
Yeah.
afternoon, all. So I have with me Subodh sir, who is Additional Chief Secretary from Government of Rajasthan. He has been handling about the migrant situation in Rajasthan very efficiently, and we'll talk about him about how has been his experience so far. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to ET Government's interview. How has been your experience so far in terms of migrant situation in Rajasthan?
Thank you so much. In fact, my reason for interacting with you is to tell us that my original work is I'm ACS Industries, but this migration work was given to me additionally by the state government. And now I was handling migration on foot, migration by bus, migration by train, and migration by air, especially of the people coming from abroad. And this largely falls under the Government of India guideline of stranded people under the five categories, which is labor, students, pilgrims, and others. So what happens was this thing started suddenly because it was not anticipated that such a large number of people will start moving. The government, fortunately, we are lucky to have a very positive government, and leadership, the political leadership is very proactive and very humanitarian. So from day one, the instructions that we got was that nobody should be bhuka. The key theme was koi bhuka nahi soye. Second line which we got was कि nobody should move on foot. So we worked on both, and for the bhuka thing, we ensured whoever is moving will move into the camps. We brought them to the camps. We provided them food, water, shade, place to stay, toilets, and basic medical need. Because sometimes they were having pregnant women, sometimes they were small children. We did not what we'll do. So in the phase one, we call the phase one as the initial period, before 1st of April, when the movement had started suo moto, without anticipation. Large number of people started moving in, large number of people started moving out because of the uncertainty. Nobody knew how long the lockdown will start, how long will it take, when will it open. And also for the month of industrialists and the thekedar, everybody where this labor works, was very considerate. But they soon realized this might extend into April and May, and they told their laborers, especially in Rajasthan, the ones whom I interviewed and I spoke to, they said, now you take some money, basically the transport money, and go. But there was no transport because there was no bus, there was no train, there was no any other means of public transport. And these people were scared, they were threatened with no future, they were threatened with so many other things. That scare was too much, they started walking. So we put them in camps. And we put them in camps. We organized 100 plus camps all along the routes. Because what was happening, Gujarat and Maharashtra labor was also moving in. So if anybody had to go from Gujarat to UP, he was either coming through MP or through Rajasthan. There were some violent clashes also at some places in UP and other places at the border, because UP was not ready to take them unless they were able to medically screen them, unless they knew where they are going, unless they knew that they were not the carriers of the coronavirus. There was a lot of apprehension everywhere. Bihar also had refused. But slowly things settled down. By first week of April, things had settled down. We had 100 plus camps. We had more than 55,000 people in these camps, and not one single complaint. Till 28th or so, Government of India decided that these stranded people we will start facilitating by trains, because lots of places you can't go by bus. And in the middle, what we were doing was we were tying up with Punjab, Haryana, MP, and other places. So we moved about 13,000 laborers who had come from MP to Gujarat in Jaisalmer to go to the borders. We tied up, and MP was very good with us. UP was a little cautious. They wanted all the details. They wanted the numbers, Aadhaar numbers. We organized that. And in the process, we were able to transfer UP, Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat. Now the problem remained of the people who had to go to Bengal, who had to go to Bihar, and even Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand, because these were not neighboring states. So UP would only take UP labor. UP will not allow Bengal labor to go. So we organized the trains, and it was a massive exercise. The Shramik special train started on around 30th of April, 1st of May, and we organized trains, and we did not charge anyone anything. In fact, we brought the laborers from wherever they were to the railhead. Suppose they were all starting from Jaipur, the train was starting from Jaipur. So we brought people from Nagaur to Jaipur or Churu to Jaipur, or if the train was starting from Ajmer, because trains can't start from much smaller stations. So we organized the trains to Bihar and to UP. And UP we organized because 500 kilometers was the minimum distance which the trains were required. Less than that, we had to organize buses. So UP, we have sent about 51,000 UP laborers free of cost, all costs borne by the state through 35 trains till now. For Bihar, we have sent about 46 trains, totaling number of about 66,000. UP has a huge number more than this also, because we sent a lot of buses also. So we must have sent about 25,000 people by buses. We even organized buses up to Udhampur to send the J&K people and bring them back. We even offered to send buses to Maharashtra. See, what happened was, initially when we started registering, the numbers went up very high because everybody wanted to come. So in the lockdown 1, people did not know what will happen in lockdown 4. So our registration numbers were to the extent of about 12.5 lakh people wanting to come in and about 11 point some numbers wanting to go. But the last we did a calling survey. We did an SMS survey and a calling survey. We have a very good IT team, one of the best in the country. Huge numbers. We have this number called 180018011671, and it has 100 lines behind it. A whole team sits and works on it. It's like a huge call center. And when they checked it up on 29th, they realized this number, which totaled about, let us add up, 12.68 and 11.77, which is about 25 lakhs. The number was less than 1.5. So a lot of people had already come back through other means like private vehicle or otherwise. Lots of people were no more interested in coming because the industries in their states were opening. So when lockdown, you compare lockdown 1 with lockdown 4, a lot of economies have started functioning. Many essential, non-essential, semi-essential factories were opening. Some shops were also opening. So the employment started. So we had 3 types of people: one who had already come, one who were already employed and didn't want to come, or who wanted to come later and wait and watch. So we have literally covered almost all the people who wanted to come by train. We had, besides this UP, Bihar, Bengal, where we were sending large number of people, we wanted to have large number of people wanted to come from Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and other places, which they could come only by train. People from MP and Gujarat came by buses, by private vehicles, by other means like hired vehicles. People from Maharashtra came from both ways, either by trains and otherwise. We are almost wrapping up this train movement. In fact, there is no demand now. So we have been giving NOCs to all these southern states and western states, but they can't fill up a train because a train takes minimum 1,500 people to fill up. But we are finishing the small operation. So we have sent about 103 labor trains. We have sent about 15 trains for quota students and 2 trains for people who got stranded, pilgrims like Zaireen in Ajmer and Brahma Kumaris in Mount Abu. And we have got 47 trains coming. If we add the today's figure, maybe 3 more. So 50 trains coming and about 125 trains, and it will wrap up. Buses, we have started a special scheme called the Shramik Special Bus. This was our Chief Minister's idea, that if there are trains, we should have free buses for everybody. So we did a huge movement of Rajasthan Roadways buses, and fortunately our drivers, our conductors were motivated enough to work in Corona times, and we have almost done 13,700 bus trips, and they've gone up to Chhattisgarh, they've gone up to Bengal, they've gone up to Udhampur, Haridwar, everywhere else, wherever there was a number. We needed around 30 people in buses. That is the strength we were working on. We have also started many buses. We call them the Moksh Kalash Special. People who have died and who could not Visarjit Karo their Asthi in Haridwar or Gangaji. So we have we have sent about 43 buses. It should be, number should be over 45 by now. 45 buses and about 1,500 people for sending this Kalash to their ultimate destination. So it was a huge exercise, and the strength of this exercise, which I want to share with you, was the humanitarian nature of the chief minister and the literally efficient system. It was managed by 4 or 5 people. So the medical part was handled by one, law and order by another, and migration by me. And we did not have a single complaint. We didn't have a person who slept empty stomach. We didn't even allow people to move. Chief Minister said we issued instructions to all our field functionaries up to the level of SDM that please patrol in your vehicle, please with folded hands request the migrant laborers, we will take care of them, please come to the camp, please have your food, please have water. And the first possible means, if you are from Bihar, Bengal, Chhattisgarh or far off places, we will send trains. If you are from close by places, we will send bus. So we have managed this quite well. In fact, the numbers in our camps have gone down now almost up to 400, less than 400 today, from a figure of 55,000, and that was a dynamic figure. So every day, hundreds and thousands of people were coming in, about over 100 camps, and every day we were pushing them out through trains and buses, and nothing was charged throughout the whole thing by any of us. So we think we have done a very good job, and it has been appreciated. The biggest strength of this has been there's not been a single complaint by anyone at any place that the food was not there. Yes, at some point of time, the water finished in the toilet, so we ensured within few hours that the supplies were refilled. We still have about 40 camps running because there is a trickle from Gujarat. About 100-150 laborers belonging to UP and Bihar are coming almost daily. So we are lodging them in the Pali camps and then bringing them to Jaipur and sending them by the next bus and train. But we hope in another day or two, this will also go down. Because industries are opening, so lots of people are now getting absorbed in the industry themselves. And some of the people are asking for reverse migration, means going back. We had a very good example recently that there is a Unjha Mandi. Ye jo Unjha Mandi is about Jeera Nisarpol in Gujarat, Mehsana district. So they have requested कि बाड़मेर की जो labor उनकी आई हुई है, that should be sent back. So it is a mix now with industries opening. People are not wanting to come. They want to stay where they are if their jobs are secure because they don't want to leave their jobs also. And our numbers say that about 13 lakh people have come through different means till now, and about 6 lakh have gone. So we have got more people coming in than going out. So our industries, we are trying to map them. Each one has come with a skill. That skill could be that he's a tailor. That skill could be that he is a worker in FCI Godown. That skill could be that he is everybody has some skill, mason or whatever. So we will map these skills, and we are working on it. It is almost through now. In another day or two, we should have that website and registration and everything together. We should be able to put them together so that the local industry, which needs a skilled labor, which these migrants who have come in have, then we will try and put them there. So this is a great task ahead at the moment. The second task which we have taken on is to be able to feed them in the meantime through the NFSA. See, NFSA has given us a number of 4.46 crores, but there were lots more poor in the process. The barber shop stopped running, the tailor shop stopped running, the neighborhood chai ki dukaan stopped running. So we created a huge pool, and we said all those people who are registered, about 54 more such people, we included them, and we provided from the state funds advance 2 months ration of 5 kg each. Then there is another group called the building and construction workers, because from our BOCW, Board of Building and Construction Workers, each and every person, about 31 lakh people were provided first 1,000 rupees, then 2,500 rupees. So this huge exercise was taken with two purposes. Koi bhuka nahi soye. Our Chief Minister had given us this tagline, and koi paidal nahi chale. And besides this, we are observing very strict norms about home quarantine so that we don't spread the virus. While the migrants are welcome, the numbers in the migrants is much higher. Numbers of people found infected. Of course, deaths are very few. I think 7-8 deaths only amongst the migrants, but the number was about few thousands. So if they are home quarantined well, and if they are taken good care, then we should be able to find a very reasonable, acceptable solution.
All this happened very suddenly. Within a week, everyone was scared and they were started returning to their places. How difficult was it to track these people coming from various part of the country, entering from different borders, and how difficult was it? And what was the strategy you used to track them, to make them quarantine, to put them in the camps, or to make them go their home quarantines? What was your strategy?
It all started suddenly. Suddenly you could see lots of people on the road because nobody had anticipated. And we did not realize that these people had no other means of moving because there were no trains, there were no public buses, there was no public transport, there was not even a private transport. So a person like me and you who have a house and who have a space, these people are the people who are living with, in one room there are 8 or 10 people staying. They just started moving. So first strategy, we intercepted them at the first point. The camps, full powers were given to the collectors. Open any camp, anywhere. And we put checkposts at the border. We would screen them. We would not stop them. We would screen them. We had these apps ready, the COVID info apps. We would try and record them. We could not. We were not so successful initially because everybody is not coming through the checkpost. See, if you see Dungarpur border and Gujarat border, people were coming through hills, people were coming through rivers, people were coming through tracks. So then we made these committees in the villages because villages were very alert. So we made the committees with the Sarpanch, with the Patwari, with others that please watch out who is coming. And we put them on home quarantine. Second, those who were going outside because there was a lot of UP and Bihar which was entering from Gujarat and Maharashtra side. So we asked them to stop in the camps. That's how our numbers went up to 55,000. So we held them for some time. Of course, a lot of people sneaked out. Like if we got them or we requested them or we held them up in Bihar, in Bharatpur, which was closer to UP, it was very difficult for us to stop the UP labor. So we negotiated, we requested with UP, and UP was kind enough at the end of it to allow people to come in, but they wanted everybody on an Excel sheet with the name, with the Aadhaar number, with the home address, everything. So when we started moving these 55,000 people, it was assumed that they had stayed in our camps for around a month, so which was like a home quarantine. So when we started moving them in the second phases, we were very successful. We had no problems. Initially, everybody was apprehensive. UP was apprehensive. Bihar was apprehensive. Punjab was apprehensive because Nanded issue had happened with them. Nanded, a lot of people had come and they were found infected. Nothing happened with us. So ours was like a crisis response. Like in the war, you just give full powers to the collector and say, start the camp, get your team moving, tell the roadways people, please tell all your depot to provide as many buses as the collectors want. And we literally moved 2,500 buses. We have made till now about 13,700 trips, and more than half were in the phase one. So in phase one, we brought them to the borders, but in case the borders refused to take them, then we made camps, and that is how 55,000 people stayed in the camps for almost a month. And nothing was charged. I mean, there was no issue at all. Rajasthan that way has a very positive, we had some private camps, we had some bhamashas working, and wherever there were no bhamasha, no NGO, it was the government. Government had about more than 100 plus camps, about 100 government camps, 100 others. So it was, first time it was a response to a crisis. Second time we were very well organized. We had the buses, we had the trains, we had already we appointed about 23 nodal officers, one for each state, sometimes two also. Maharashtra had 2, Gujarat had 2. So they were always communicating with them that we are sending so many buses, so many labor. We will drop them at this point. Please send your buses with Rajasthanis from that side so that we can exchange. So we took our Rajasthanis in, we sent their migrant labor in. It was a tough exercise, and our leadership was very proactive. CM was taking a meeting every day, literally, of the officers, monitoring minutely as to how many are coming, and then giving directions and giving us the liberty to actually do what. I mean, I didn't have to ask him, you have to send 50 buses. He just told us that you tell me in the evening how many buses are on the move. How many trains have you sent? Who has paid? We had full freedom to operate that way, and that is how we were able to cooperate.
So there are
My
lots of
there were 850 camps, 55,000 people in 850 camps.
So there are lots of people now, migrants who have come from other states to Rajasthan. They have returned back to their home states because there was no work in other states. What are your plans to revive the people's work? How will they earn? Because now they are back to their cities or states or their villages and they need money for their basic expenses. What's the government's plan for the future now?
There are two things which are happening. One is short term and one is long term. Let me tell you long term first because that deals with me. Every labor that has come has a skill. We are trying to map that skill with the industry requirement. So industries, shops, other things we are matching. We have already created a website. We have got the people together. Still a large number of people are in the home quarantine. So while they are in the home quarantine, they can fill up their skill set and we'll try and match it with the industry. So that industry knows if it needs a lathe man, there are 50 lathe man in his vicinity of 50 kilometers who can be absorbed. The second thing which we have done is, which is in consonance with the CM's direction ki koi bhuka nahi soye, the NFSA wheat, 5 kg per person, we multiplied it for 2 months. So 2 months advance was given in March, for March and April to 4.46 crores, which are Government of India eligible, plus 54 lakhs who were in the list because this list was much bigger than what Government of India is providing. That was provided by the state. Then there were 31 lakh BPL, state BPL, others, the laborer, which is called the BOCW. So we provided them first 1,000 rupees as a instant grant and then another 1,500, and that total was around 800 something plus crores. So this is what we have done. Then the pensioners, because they are the real poorest of the poor at the back end and they can't go anywhere. So we provided them 2 months, in fact now additional third month's advance pension. So on 1st of May, their May pension has come. On 1st of April, their advance pay of 2 months had come. So whatever resources, see, everybody's resource base has shrunk. Government of India and the state, our economy has shrunk because though we have VAT on petrol, but nobody is moving. Though we have SGST, no shops were open. There is a liquor excise income, a huge part, a big part, but there were no shops opening. So all this state income had shrunk to 20% of what it is usually. But still we have managed the resources, we have borrowed, the government, my salary has been deferred. 60% of all officers' salaries have been deferred. Somewhere it is 50%, somewhere it is 40%, depending upon the level. So all of us have personally contributed also. The state has also put together. We have a very good tradition of Bhamasha, and CM has been always cajoling them to come forward. So we have created these two funds. One is PM Relief, COVID-19 Mitigation Fund, and now next one is CSR. So we have got some 200, 300, 400 crores. Plus all these things, Bhuka Nahi Soye, camps, don't cost much. Sending them by train, but it's just the feel behind it, just the thought behind it, just the organization and the operationalization.
So we talk about migrants. Now we'll talk about industrialists. Industries have been in closure for the last 2 months. There has been a shortage of cash flows in the industries. What are your plans to revive the industries in the state?
See, we are working in tandem with the Government of India's package. So Government of India's package is coming out more in terms of loans. There are 4 issues which industries are facing. One is cash flow, second is labor, third is supply chain, and fourth is market demand. The most difficult is the market demand. Like cement factories are operating, but there is no construction business. So their stocks, their silos are full, but they don't want to produce. The steel, again. So wherever there is an intermediate product, the backward and the forward linkage is very important. Labor aspect is the easiest aspect to tackle because we have had more people coming in than going out. Once we match them, the labor will be there available. The second easier aspect is the funding. Because government of India is losing the money bags. There are enough funds in the banks, and banks are ready to loan, but there are few takers. Unless that businessman sees a future in borrowing, which converts into profit, he will not borrow. So now we're trying to work on a formula in which we can probably subsidize the interest rates, and we have to build demand. And the demand, because will come more with public expenditure. And public expenditure means we should start building roads, we should start building things, the government should start buying, but where should it buy from? It has no money to buy. So it will all work on a promised formula, which means that if you do this work for me in the next 3 months, on the 4th month, I'll pay you XYZ. So we have started working on this NHAI and the construction, because that money is first invested by the Thekadar or the contractor, and he claims later. In the meanwhile, our resources go up. So various people we are working. Honorable CM has constituted few committees, a task force, Chief Secretary Arvind Mayaramji, who is ex-Finance Secretary, all of us are working on it. We want to work on the public demand. If the demand goes up, the expenditure will go up. So this money which has been given to people, like BOCW worker, because the lower group is the one which spends the most on the basic items. जो सबसे गरीब तबका है वो सबसे ज्यादा खर्च करता है, उसकी सेविंग नहीं है. तो हमने जो BOCW वर्कर को 800 करोड़ दिए, या NFSA में उसको गेहूं दिया या पेंशन दी, वो खर्च करेगा, दाल पे खर्च करेगा, रोटी पे खर्च करेगा, साबुन पे करेगा, तेल पे करेगा, तो इनकी डिमांड बढ़ेगी. इनकी अगर साबुन की डिमांड बढ़ती है तो साबुन के पैकेजिंग की भी डिमांड बढ़ेगी, पैकेजिंग की डिमांड बढ़ेगी तो कागज की. So it's a chain. That chain got broken. To get that supply chain, backward linkage and forward linkage all together is a tough task. It will not happen in a day. Labor, yes, 1 month. Funding, yes, 3 months. But what happens to the supply chain? What happens to the public demand? So I presume 6 to 12 months is a period it will take for things to come back. So we are also working on incentives. You see, anybody who matches his December 2019 production in the next year means he's got his production back. So we want to incentivize him. किसी का 31 दिसंबर 19 को जो प्रोडक्शन था, वो अगर वो 31 दिसंबर 20 को भी वही ले आता है, इसका मतलब उसने कोविड के टाइम से रिकवरी कर ली. उसने अपना प्रोडक्शन, इसका मतलब उसने लेबर भी लगाई, रॉ मटेरियल भी लाया, बैंक से भी लोन लिया. उसको हम कहीं ना कहीं सोच रहे हैं कि SGST में इंसेंटिवाइज करें, या उसको कोई बेनिफिट दे रहे थे उसका टाइम पीरियड एक्सटेंड कर दें, एक्साइज में और चीजों में. बट वी आर वर्किंग ऑन दीज फॉर्मूलाज. The easiest for us was to tackle the labor. The second easiest is the funding, but the broken supply chain and the demand is really complex.
So I'll go back to the migrants and I'll ask you a question. How easy was using technology as a tool for tracking these migrants? Because we are talking about technology very much now. There's digital happening everywhere. We have moved digital. How important was technology in terms of these migrant situations?
Very, very important. In fact, I would say technology was one solid reason why we were successful. You see, the registration thing, if you see these figures, I'll share with you. Registration figures, we made calls. Are you still interested? The guy did not respond. फिर दोबारा किया, फिर तिवारा किया. 3 times he did not respond meant हमने ये presumption किया कि आने में अभी interested नहीं. Some people responded. See, 3 places it played a very crucial role. जैसे ही वो हमारे कैंप में आया, हमने उसका डेटा कैप्चर किया. जैसे ही वो हमारे बॉर्डर में आया, उसका डेटा कैप्चर किया. अब वो जिस गांव में जा रहा है, उस गांव के BLO तक हमने अपना डेटा ट्रांसफर किया. We created a dashboard. This was DOIT team, which is very good, highly efficient and advanced. अब वो क्या है, गांव में पहुंचा, उससे पहले पटवारी को पता था कि रामलाल गुजरात के फला गांव से आ रहा है, तो उसको वहां के लोगों ने उसको क्वारंटाइन कर दिया. Our home quarantine is one of the most successful because the whole team of villagers knows. Second, जब हमें उसको भेजना था, यूपी कहेगा, यूपी में हमने पहले लॉट में 6,781 लोग भेजे. उन्होंने कहा 6,781 लोगों का डेटा दो. हमारे कैंप में बैठे हुए थे, हमने खट से एक्सेल शीट बनाई, भेज दी. 3 दिन में हमने यूपी के लोग ट्रांसफर कर दिए. हमने ट्रेनों में भेजे, ट्रेनों का हमारी एक्सेल शीट आप देखेंगे तो विल बी सरप्राइज, लेबर है, कहाँ से आया है, कहाँ जाएगा, 3-4 लोगों में मोबाइल नंबर, आधार नंबर. So technology today also, I can tell you how many inward migrants, how many in my camps, what is their mobile number. ये चार्ट बना के हमारी everything was first captured, then put on the system, and once put on the system end तक ट्रैक होता था. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि 100% सक्सेसफुल रहा, बहुत से लोग ऐसे थे. मतलब हमारी जो 13 लाख की फिगर है उसमें से करीब 90-95 हजार ऐसे लोग थे जो ट्रैक ही नहीं हुए. कोई नदी से आया, कोई नाले से आया, कोई पहाड़ से आया, कोई किसी ट्रॉले में बैठ करके आ गया. यहाँ तक कि लोग तो वो जो मिक्सर होता है ना सीमेंट का मिक्सर, उसमें भी बैठ करके आए. लेकिन हुआ क्या, आए गांव में, जब गांव में आए तो गांव वालों ने कहा ये आदमी नया दिख रहा है, तो उसको वहां ट्रैक किया. तो इस तरह से करते करते जो फिगर आई है, आईटी वाज ग्रेट है. आईटी, हमने जो आईटी सिस्टम यूज किए वो बहुत अच्छे हैं. इट रियली हेल्प्ड अस.
So anything else you want to share with us, your experience and your future plans?
No, for us it was a new thing, but what I really want to say, and this is from my heart, not because of any other reason, that we got such a support and clear-cut directions from our leadership and bureaucracy. At times I would go and say, sir, ये train चला दें, इतने लोगों के लिए कैंप खोल दें. The response I got from the chief minister was, मुझसे पूछो मत, तुम्हें पूरी छूट दे रखी है, जो करना है करो, मुझे तो बता देना. So what I feel is कि राजस्थान में हमने एक्चुअली में काम किया है, जितनी उसको जगह मिलनी चाहिए थी उतनी नहीं मिली एज कम्पेयर टू यूपी या कहीं बिहार या दिल्ली. देखें हमारे यहाँ कहीं रकस नहीं हुआ, कहीं भीड़ नहीं टूटी, कहीं लूट नहीं हुई, कोई आदमी भूखा नहीं गया, कहीं कोई मरा नहीं, कोई भी. हमारे यहाँ तो जो एक प्रेगनेंसी का केस कोटा में आया, महाराष्ट्र से जा रही थी बिहार, हमने चद्दर, खाना, दूध, फल वहीं रखवाए, बिकॉज रिस्पॉन्सिव था एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. हमें छूट मिली तो हमने 24 घंटे काम किए. तो ये था. This is, I mean, I think the key to it is because of this proactive leadership, proactive decision making, we were able to tackle. नहीं तो it could have gone very bad. गरीबी तो यहाँ भी है, गर्मी तो यहाँ भी है, लोग परेशान तो होते ही हैं, लेकिन वो परेशानी एक सीमा नहीं क्रॉस की, अमानवीयता की सीमा नहीं क्रॉस की. ना कोई भूखा सोया, ना कोई पैदल चला, चले थोड़े बहुत, लेकिन हमारी टीमों ने जा करके उनको उठाया, उनको रिलैक्स कराया. तो शिकायतें आई कि साहब हमारी बिहार ट्रेन कब जा रही है. बिहार ने कहा कि 15 मई से 19 तक आप नहीं भेजें, और उसको लग रहा था कि यूपी वाला तो जा रहा है, बिहार वाला नहीं जा रहा. तो ये फर्क आया कई जगह, पर लोगों ने समझा करके उनको, और अब तो लगभग सारे कैंप्स क्लियर हो गए. अब कोई ज्यादा 400 लोग हैं, उनको भी हम 1-2 दिनों में बसों में, ट्रेनों में भिजवा करके.
Still migrants coming?
बहुत कम है. एवरेज जो मेरा डेटा एनालिसिस कहता है करीब 70-80-100 लोग यूपी और बिहार के गुजरात से आ रहे हैं. बिकॉज यूपी और बिहार के लोग हमारे यहाँ जब आते हैं तो पाली के पास आते हैं, शिवगंज एक जगह, तो वहां पे हमारे कैंप में हर रोज 60-70 नई एंट्री हो रही है. हम उनको जयपुर ला रहे हैं, जयपुर से बिहार के लिए ट्रेनों में भेज रहे हैं. अब ट्रेनें भी लगभग खत्म हो गई है, तो आज ही मैं बात कर रहा था कि अगर कुछ रह जाता है, क्योंकि ट्रेन के लिए हमें 1500-1600 लोग चाहिए, उससे कम में हम ट्रेन नहीं भेज सकते, तो हम क्या करेंगे, उनकी 2-4 बसें बना करके भेज देंगे. वी विल क्लियर ऑल.
So with all this experience, I would like to share that this has been a tremendous effort by government of Rajasthan in handling this migrant situation. It's like a role model for other states also. They can learn, other people they can learn. Thank you so much for talking to us, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.